Hello everyone, welcome you all in this particular video. Today we are going to discuss how to find and how to remove a duplicate data from your existing data set. Let's say if we are working on any machine learning on any data science projects. So whenever we receive the data from our client, the first step that we are going to do a data cleaning. So under the data cleaning, first of all, we can check it out, okay, how many duplicate data that we have. After finding a duplicate data, we can remove those data from our existing data set. Okay, so let's start the video. First of all, we can check the data. If we will get some of the duplicate entry in our data set, then we can remove it. Okay, so now let's start the video. So first of all, we can import a library. So as you can see, I have imported a two library, NumPy and Pandas. Let me run this shell. And after that, this is the dataset part that I have, and the dataset available in the form of Excel. So let me copy this one first, and then data equal to pd dot read underscore Excel, and then I'm going to paste the same path and then run the top 5 data. So issue that I have, so let me add R here. Now this is the data that I have. So let me remove this one from here so that we will get all the data. So as you can see, this is the data that we have. So here we have an employee ID, employer name, department and salary. We want to check first of all, okay, how many duplicate data that we have. Okay, so for this one I'm going to call data dot duplicated. Right now we have a some entry like 20 entries, but what if we have a thousands or millions of data in our data set? So in this case we can use a command, we can use a Python code, right? So I'm using data dot duplicated. Now let me check it out. So as you can see, here we have a false, and somewhere that I have a true. So what is the meaning of this false and true? So false, it means this data are not a duplicate data, and true means those data and those columns are duplicated columns. Okay, and duplicate column. Now what I can do, we got to know, okay, somewhere like 13th and 19th that we have a duplicate data. But what if I want to check, okay, I want to check in a particular column. Right now I have checked on the whole data, but I want to check on the particular column. So for this we have a data dot whatever the column that you want to check. So let's see, I want to check it out under the employee ID. So data dot employee ID dot what? Duplicated. Now let me run. So under this we have a 3 duplicate data. Under this employee ID I have a 3 duplicate data. When 13th row, 15th row and 19th row. So total 3 duplicate data that we have. But if we have a millions of data, then it's a difficult to check it out all the data. So for this what I can do, I can use a sum function dot sum. So I will get, okay, total 3 duplicate data that you have in your data set. But now what I want, whatever the data that we have, I did not want a duplicate data. So for this what I can do, data negation that I am going to use. Why that I am going to use a negation? Because I did not want a duplicate data. So for this data dot empid dot what? Duplicated dot duplicated. Now you can see these are the not a duplicate data. As you can see, the previous time that we have total 19. Now this time that I have only 18 entry. Some of the entry like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. 13 is gone. 14th again, 15th is gone. 16 17 18th and the 19th last data is a duplicated. So total 3 data that we have missed. So what I am doing here, I am going to using here negation, so that whatever the duplicate data that we have, we can remove it, and we want only the exact data. I did not want a duplicate data. So that's why I use a negation here, negation. Okay, now what I can do, let's try to drop those duplicate data. So for this, what I can do, data dot drop duplicated. Let me run. Duplicated spelling is incorrect, so drop duplicated. Now it's running, it's taking few time. Okay, so drop duplicated is a mismatch. So what I can do, duplicate, it look like a duplicate. Okay, now let me run. So as you can see, whatever the duplicate data that we have, it's dropped. 19th number data is dropped, again 13th number data is dropped from here. Okay, so total whatever the duplicate data that we have in our data, drop data. Okay, because we have called here drop duplicate function, but it's drop the one by one all the data. But what if I want to drop first data, top data, or I want to drop the last data? Because let's say here we have a two columns, two duplicate data, this one and this one. I want to drop this one, sometime I want to drop this one, and I want keep this one. So what we can do in this case? So in this case we can use data dot drop what, let me copy from here, duplicates, and here I am going to call a subset from which column that we are going to apply. So subset of where I am going to apply, I am going to apply on employee ID. I am going to apply where? On employee ID. Let me run this one. So as you can see, it's dropped the first data. As you can see here that we have a Mukesh, and again here we have a Mukesh. So Mukesh is a duplicated data that I have, right? 3 is a employee ID and 3 is a employee ID. Now as you can see here that we have Mukesh is a first, and the last data, whatever the last duplicated data that we have, it's gone, removed. But what if I want to drop the first one? I want to drop the first one. So for this I can use here keep equal to what? Last. I want to see only last data and I want to drop the first data. So last, let me run. Okay, now I'm getting the issue. Keep must be either first or last. Okay, so first that I have used capital L, so that's why. Now as you can see, previous time as you can see the first data is available and the last data is removed. Now I call only keep last, and then as you can see the keep last data is available and the first Mukesh is deleted. If you want a first data, then you can call first and see the output. First data is available and the last duplicate data is removed. Okay, so you can use keep first, keep last, whatever the requirement that you have. Based on the requirement you can use this function. Now let's say if you want to drop this particular column or you want to drop all those columns, so what you can do, you can just call this one, copy and paste, and then you can add in a last in place equal to what? True, and then you can run. I'm not going to run because I did not want to lose my data, but if you are going to run this one from here, it will go on. Okay, it will delete it. Okay, so this is the function that we have, drop duplicated, keep first last, whatever you want based on your requirement. So in this way you can first find the duplicate data. If you want first data, just write keep first. If you want last duplicate data, write keep last. Okay, and then you can remove your duplicate data. So I hope this video is useful for you. Let me know in the comment section if you have any doubt, any query.